broadcast. Yeah, trying to
Oh,
think.
did you guys also hear? Apparently Alex Jones' channel was under attack by YouTube as well today.
Who
Oh yeah.
what?
Apparently YouTube gave Alex Jones a strike today.
Really?
Let me post the link for you, JF. KTLA. Here we go. Yeah, people were saying it in the chat. So KTLA, InfoWars YouTube channel, 2 strikes away from being banned after video portrays shooting survivor as actor. So
Wait,
just
what?
for them talking, about the Florida shooting and saying that they believe
Is it actor? Yeah, they're
that
doing something about like like if you're promoting conspiracies as real news, you can now be removed.
well, InfoWars is real news, but they talk about conspiracy theories on there, and they were actually the #1
No,
trending
no,
video on
but
YouTube.
but if they're saying, if they say like Alex Jones, this is his problem. Instead of you have to be careful. Always use the word allegedly. If you don't got hard evidence, say the word allegedly. Always. I always use the word allegedly. Because he goes, I have my sources here. This is true. It was and then you're like, bro, you need to like you believe what you want to believe. If you think it's real, that's fine. But you have to be careful. You have to
Yeah.
always say allegedly, and then the audience makes up their mind. That's like a big thing, a big fucking thing. Because it's easy to make up a conspiracy, say it's real, and get people to believe it, right?
Yeah.
Even if it is real, even if it is real, and you're fucking like wow, this is 100% sure. If you ain't busting out the word allegedly, you are now claiming that this is real news. It doesn't matter if you think it's real news, but if there's not 100% evidence of this and there's no video evidence and it's just all circumstantial, you're now risking being removed off of YouTube.
Are you serious?
Yeah. Oh, yeah. This came out, I think, last week. They were like, any channels that promote conspiracy without and act as if it's real news will be flagged.
Yeah, it's a change that they've made from what I read from the YouTube spokesperson last summer, where they updated the harassment policy to include hoax videos.
But isn't there a more recent news? Because I heard something recently in the past month, and then people were even saying, "Watch out, Alex Jones."
But
I didn't see that one.
if Alex believes in what he's saying to be true, who are they to say, "Oh, this isn't news. This isn't real"? I mean, who?
Because he's
Nobody has a
presenting it.
monopoly on truth.
No, it's different from having it. He believes his opinion is different than presenting it as fact. So if you like he said, I believe that, but the way he pulls it off is, I got sources here that tell me that this guy, he's an actor. Trust me, 100%. It goes from opinion to reporting. That's the problem.
Well, there's been a ton of false reporting among all sorts of news sites.
Oh, I
mean,
know.
I don't think
It's
that's
not fair. I'm not
I
saying
don't
it's
think
fair.
that's exclusive to Alex Jones.
I'm not saying it's fair, dude.
Yeah.
I'm just saying, when when we're in our world,
Yeah.
you have to play by their rules. You can't hate the fucking you like
What
you.
do you mean? What do you mean their rules, Andy?
I mean YouTube when they throw
Oh,
when they throw a policy up, when
you
YouTube
made
throws a
it
policy
sound
up.
like there was a secret tribe.
No, I just mean YouTube.
out
When
there.
they have a rule, and they say you cannot do this, we are now required, no matter how much we hate it, and believe me, I hate it,
Yeah.
to follow their rules.
Yeah.
It's like how JF hates hate speech laws, right?
Right.
But we need to adhere by the hate speech laws of Canada, whether we like it or not. So YouTube creating a new thing, and I know they're biased. There's so much people on the left who say, "Oh, fucking Young Turks saying all this bullshit that's obviously fake." But obviously, YouTube has a certain bias. They're okay, and people on the right are not. It's not fair. But with us having this knowledge, now we have to play it safe. by saying
Right.
allegedly, blah blah blah, all this stuff. It's a lot of fucking being careful. And I know, but you believe me, I wish I could be like, fuck, I'll do whatever the fuck, but I can't do that. You
No,
know?
obviously there's guidelines and you have to adhere to the rules, absolutely. But I don't believe I was in violation of the rules. I think I've toned things down a lot,
I agree.
and,
That's
and
why
like
it's real.
I haven't really been that crazy. And I just had a debate. Yeah, there was a couple N-words dropped, but I've heard that like on Sargon streams, tons of people's streams. That's not really hate speech. England, I mean, I don't know what the hate speech was from England that they're trying to
Yeah, compared, yeah, especially
say.
like
I mean, I don't know.
Kumate's been pretty extreme. We've been pretty, like extreme. Like a bunch of people, not extreme, but like on that on that controversial line.
Oh, don't try to
Uh,
backpedal now that I'm banned. You're like, oh, we're not extreme.
no, we're not extreme. I don't
I
think
know,
we're
I know.
extreme.
You're not. You're
I
not.
I've told
You're
people
not at
to
all.
chill the fuck out. I'm like,
Yeah,
yeah.
you have. I mean,
Uh,
you are on the SPLC hate list though.
I called them. I'm fine. I'm not banned from Israel. I have a vacation there next
You're
month.
not banned from Israel.
Yeah.
You're going on a vacation next month. Wow.
Nope. That is a joke.
No, you better say allegedly, man. You
no,
better. Oh,
I
man.
I know where my bookings are. JF, thoughts?
Yeah, it's sad. It's the reality. YouTube will continue doing this. I agree with Andy. We have to play intelligent. And anyways, our intentions are not to be haters. This is one thing that we can specify again. All these organisms that qualify us as hate speech, they are interested parties that are leading a political fight to censor jokes, to censor all sorts of ideas that they don't want to see in the public space, and we have to continue.
Also, someone said this. Maybe I'm they're wrong about this, but someone said Andrew Anglin was like banned from the internet. That's why
Well, I think
he's
he
just on.
refers to the past story where his domain name was seized in some way. I
Yeah.
don't know exactly the story, but it was a long time ago. I don't know that it's a new thing.
Yeah, that's not something super recent, but the Daily Stormer was the first domain like in history to be like they just seized the domain. They've never done that with like even a porn website or anything. So he
I'm
even
pretty sure
started.
they've seized a few porn websites, if you know what I mean. Go ahead.
I don't really know what you mean, but yeah, no, I mean,
Illegal porn.
okay,
No, it's that they seize the name. That's very.
yeah,
You can close a website by closing the server. That's what they do with illegal porn. But
yeah,
in the case of the case of the Daily Stormer, they took over the domain name. They canceled the domain name, the access to a server that otherwise contained the
Oh,
works of Daily Stormer, and that was not illegal.
yeah,
oh
yeah.
damn.
They like they actually took the domain name, not just like shut down the site. Like they took the domain name. They're like, this is ours now, even though they had no ownership over it. They didn't pay for it. They had no grounds except for like hate speech or whatever. But you know, here's what I don't get about YouTube. And yes, we do have to apply to the rules. I agree with you, Andy and JF. But the Supreme Court in the United States, reached a verdict saying hate speech is free speech and it's not illegal. Even if by their definition you say something that's hate speech, it is by the Supreme Court, it is not illegal and it is not anything that, of course, I mean, they say private company, they can make their own rules. Yeah, fine.
One of the big problems with YouTube also it's that it's an international system, and so they have to respect the hate speech laws of all countries. And so they have to consider the fact that in Germany, hate speech is a thing. In France, hate speech is a thing.
Mm.
So because of these other countries, we get affected even if we're acting within the US and talking to US citizen, we end up getting affected in a form of communism of hate speech because the company YouTube wants to do something that's good for everyone. But as such, it will take the threshold of the most severe country, those that have the strongest law against hate speech, and it will say, okay, those are my policies. That's a problem in my view. But at the same time, I understand that YouTube, it has to understand the laws across the world because it doesn't want to violate laws in Europe. It could get huge fines due to this.
And also, I want to say, like, I know people are just trying to be dicks, but like in the chat going, "Oh, Andy's cucking to them." Yeah, I am because I like the show. 'Cause I like the show.
Oh, the death of Andy and the alt-right.
The thing is,
Admitted being a
hold on.
cock.
No. But here's what I mean by that. It's either you get this that's a little bit fucking censored, or you get nothing. Pick one.
Yeah, I agree with you. I'm a big fan of dismantling systems from inside.
No.
It's almost
You-
like a nudge, hint, hint. Not saying, but I'll, you know.
Careful with giving these clips. This can be added to anything.
I didn't say that. Doesn't mean I'm
But
not thinking it.